What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike.
And I'm John.
We're the DIY Topic Guys. On today's episode, we're going to be going over the offensive language list at Brandeis University and liberals taking over. We're going to be talking about the transition to electric vehicles, and we're going to be finishing up our 90s nostalgia tour. So if you guys are new here, thank you for being here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, post notifications, ring that bell. Follow us on all the socials at DIY Topic Guys. All right, John. Offensive language list.
How dare you say that to me?
Sorry for offending you.
Yeah,
Sorry for even calling you your name anymore.
That's right. How dare you assume my gender? This is the world we live in now, Mike.
This is taking it to a brand new level.
Yeah, I would say so, because some of these words... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a stab at this list. Ooh,
Make sure you don't kill it.
That's right. So...
Hold on, real quick, before you even get to the list, I just want to point something out. So, Brandeis University has come up with a list of offensive words, right? And so, just want to give you guys what Brandeis University is. Brandeis University was founded by a freedom of speech advocate Supreme Court justice, and they force you to pay $60,000 a year plus $17,000 a year for room and board, and they limit you on what you can and cannot say. So now, go ahead, give us this list. Give us a quick rundown of the list of...
All right, well, let me just say, you killed it at that. So that's number one, killing it. That's no longer allowed to say. So anyone that's doing an amazing job at something, they are no longer killing it. Know this. So I know the weather's starting to get nice. I figure you and your wife might go have a picnic. Can't say picnic anymore. That is a no-go. Now, why it's a no-go is beyond me. I just want to touch on one little thing. It doesn't make any sense. Etymologically speaking, picnic comes from the French word pique-nique, and it means potluck dinner. So, I'm not sure how that somehow relates to southern white people lynching black people and having all kinds of salads and whatnot around it, but that's besides the point.
If the French keep coming up with words like this, John, they're going to get banned too.
They came up with menage a trois, and that's pretty dope. Rule of thumb, some of their phrases are pretty awesome. You can't say rule of thumb anymore. You know, prostitute, you gotta go with hooker. Hooker's the correct vernacular now. Yeah, exactly. You know, go off the reservation. You know, obviously talking about some, yeah, people. Come on, you guys. You can't say you guys anymore. That's like a general greeting for everybody.
All of this is general.
You're right. Freshmen, we've all been them. Crazy. I call myself crazy.
Twice.
Yeah, I call myself crazy all the time. Lame.
Women get really mad at the crazy thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should never call a crazy person crazy. That's number one. That's like a rule number one. Don't call a crazy person crazy because they will go crazy. That's just lame, bro. Don't be a victim. You can't say victim. You can't say survivor. A tribe.
Wasn't the Me Too movement founded by survivors?
Yeah, like, aren't they all victims? No. You can't say powwow, no spirit animal, mentally ill, addict. People are addicts. It's a legit thing. You can't say homeless person.
What are you supposed to say?
Like housingly challenged? Like, what are you, a disabled person? Oh, we'll go cripple them. We'll bring cripple back. Fine. Trigger warning. Take a stab at, like I said, policemen. Policemen, S's. Congressman and insane. These are just a few of the words that they had, and it's all insane. All of it is.
The world that we live in, John. It's getting bad.
It's really bad.
What also is getting bad is the transition to electric vehicles.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. You don't get the nice anymore. This is through the speakers.
Yeah.
Then that's kind of lame.
There's something to be said about electric vehicles. I get you want the alternatives, whatever. They're cleaner to run, but they're not cleaner to power per se. I mean.
Yeah, no, it's a like people think because it's like, look, I'm not using fossil fuels, like. You're not directly putting a fossil fuel into your car, but when you go home and plug that fucker in, unless somehow where you live, that part of the grid doesn't run on coal like most of the country.
Yeah. So let's think about this. I know that countries in total are making it basically where you have to have automakers. You can only sell electric vehicles. I know California, that's a stupid liberal state. I think New Jersey is following suit in some regard because our governor is,
yeah,
baby California.
Oh, yeah.
So it takes time to charge. Not everyone is going to be able to charge at home. Like, we live in the suburbs, we're able to do it. A lot of people live in
Rural? Yeah. Rural areas.
Cannot, or urban, I don't know, cities.
Yeah.
They cannot do it the same way that we can. So you're going to need to charge on the go in order to do that. We have gas stations. It takes people, 5 minutes to fill up?
Yeah.
Less than that, 2 minutes to fill up, you're on your way. These things take 30 minutes for a quick charge, and it's only 80%. So,
yeah. And that's for the like the Teslas. Like the little Chevy bullshit Volt or whatever is not going to charge up in 30 minutes, I imagine. Like, it's just not.
But what about the infrastructure of the charging system? Like, we have gas stations, and you can watch shows like Boardwalk Empire, where you need a gas station here in order to get from A to B.
Yeah, you need it. Like,
you can't do that with, like, Tesla's taking it really far, but they're still miles
limited.
away.
There's certain paths. You have like 3 paths you can take. That's it.
But you also have the added nuance of you have a gas nozzle, right? That hole fits into your gas tank.
Yeah.
Have you seen these things?
It's like it's a plug. Like,
but they're not universal.
Oh no, they're all different. They're all different.
Tesla and then Audi. I think when Tesla offered Audi to use their proprietary stuff, Audi said, no, you're going to have to conform to us. So that's just a horrible standard.
Yeah, that's another.
Like, rivalry or not, for the world itself to transition to something like electric vehicles.
Things like that need to change. They need to, like, when Volvo made the 3-point seatbelt, they said, everybody take it because it's safer for everybody, not pay us to get the patent.
But that doesn't do anything with infrastructure either. That's a totally different thing.
You're right. I'm just saying, as far as moving forward, progressing everything forward, that mentality that they have of not helping one another out is not going to take us very far.
So, back to 90s.
Something a little more fun, a little more bright-eyed.
Trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah, what one is the night, would you say?
So, trying to figure out the magic eye picture in the perfect swing. With the perfect.
It's a sailboat.
Is it?
No, I just made it up.
So everyone knows those 3D illusions where it's all crazy. You gotta hold it like super close to your face and then move it away.
Stare at it for 30 seconds.
And ruin your eyes. And maybe it's probably really good that these things are no longer around. Now we just ruin our eyesight by looking at
this all day.
Cell phones all day.
Yeah, just computer monitors and everything all day. Those are probably better. Those weird Jackson Pollock looking bullshit paintings. Cool though, nonetheless. Magic eye pictures. Who knew? So what's the deal with magic eye pictures? So that 44 starting every sentence with that because of Seinfeld. For those of you that don't know what Seinfeld is, go back and look. A lot of them are still very relevant.
Seinfeld to me I wasn't super big on Seinfeld. I was too young at the time that Seinfeld was in its like prime to really care too much about it. By the time I got old enough to really care about those types of shows, I was more Friends, and it's like New York Yankees, New York Mets. You can't go against, like, it's Friends or Seinfeld. You can't like both.
Oh, I do. But see, that's the difference about not being passionate about either side. That's the great thing about walking around in the middle of the gray.
Oh man, this thing is
these things.
100% true. Hearing Tickle Me Elmo's laugh in your sleep.
Dude, it's creepy as fuck. Remember how crazy these things were? That people were like killing one another over. This was like the original doorbuster, like Black Friday thing for the holidays. This was like the one. Like,
why though?
I guess that was when that kind of technology with like having programmable bullshit and dolls came out. He was creepy.
The
whole thing of itself is creepy. Yeah, it's just creepy, and Elmo is a creepy character to begin with.
You weren't snuggling him, like, I don't know.
It's weird.
So this one has a special place in my heart due to our friend Bobby. Trying to hit the high note in Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." And
the second when she takes it to that next level is where it's really tough, when she really hits the end of that note. Everybody knows the song. I'll play a little snippet of it for everybody. That way, they too will have it in their head for the rest of the week.
3 seconds or less. That way we don't get
that's
demonetized.
Yeah, we don't get pulled.
No, we're not.
Not that we're monetized yet, but that's besides the point. Number 47, joking about eating your meals with fava beans and a nice Chianti. Just like how he did it in the movie, man. Silence of the Lambs. I mean, that was. I still say shit like that, like whenever it comes up.
This movie never really resonated with me.
Oh, it's sad. Do you want to do 4? Let's just knock these last 3 out. We'll rock through it. Finding yourself stunned by the news of Kurt Cobain's death. I found out Kurt Cobain died like 15 years after he died. Like, so
Yeah.
wasn't very shocking to me. I'll tell you that.
The one thing about this list is that it doesn't really hit on whether you were supposed to be affected by this as a kid or as an adult, because it doesn't necessarily resonate the same way.
Not even a little bit.
Kurt Cobain could have did great things, but
He got suicided.
Yeah, I feel like he's similar to Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
I guess I could see that a little bit.
Reincarnation.
Yeah, maybe. Could be.
Wishing you had a cool job, or wishing you had a job as cool as the kids on Empire Records did.
That would be dope.
I don't remember this at all.
Well, remember 90's record store. This is even earlier than that. Like 80's, 90's, when like CDs and record stores were big.
Oh, this was like a FYE type place?
They were, but it was like the beginnings of that, like before FYE was even a thing. So like they would just go and hang out there. Everyone will come in. It's like the center.
I thought it was actually like Empire Records, like the.
No, it's just like it was like a little FYE type, like mom and pop ish. It's a good movie, you know. If you haven't seen it, it is a cult classic, like they say. Oh, this one's good. Gearing up for Y2K. For those of you that don't know, the world actually ended 21 years ago.
Yes, all because the computers did not have it programmed into it in order to transition to 2000.
Yeah, they only did 2 digits for dates, and everyone thought that once it went back to 00, some reason everything would shut down. Like it matters if it's the year 0 or if it's the year 99 for the computer. They don't give a fuck. Like the logic behind this is insane.
And it probably brought on the beginning of the tech bubble crisis.
Yeah, for sure. And there were so many companies that were those tech bubbles that just for that kind of shit. Like, no, we do Y2K reprogramming. Like so many companies that blew up for that, and then just like, oh, it turns out your company's nothing.
Turns out you didn't need anything.
Yeah. Well, just like not needing anything, we don't need any more for the rest of this episode because that's going to finish it up. Thanks a lot for checking us out, guys. Be sure to keep liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. If you're new, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. We'll check you on the next one.